Hello everyone, and welcome to Art Chat. I'm Marge Lee, and today we're in Genonia talking with painter Fred McCauley. Welcome to Art Chat, Fred.
Thank you.
We're in your beautiful apartment,
Which
is filled with your work, and your work is quite varied.
Mm-hmm.
We're standing in front of one of them right now, but I want to talk first about this one down here because it's quite unusual.
Okay.
What are we looking at in terms of the media here?
This is aluminum foil, just regular aluminum foil. And you just create lines. Sometimes the lines create themselves. And on top of it is an ink. So you just pour ink onto it in different ways. And so this is a tree looking abstract, okay, and the grounds.
Quite beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
It's a beautiful medium.
Right.
And I'm also very attracted to the work right above. And that also is an interesting media. Tell us about that.
Okay. This is what really intrigued me about painting. This is fluid acrylics. And what you have here is it is on Yupo paper.
And what is Yupo paper?
Yupo paper is a plastic paper, so all color stays on top. It doesn't go into the painting such as you would get in watercolor. As you pour this, it takes over. It's like a bully system. The colors move themselves around.
So you're literally painting or pouring the color.
Pouring it, and then let nature do its thing. And this is what turned out in this painting.
Well, it's a very beautiful abstract. How long did it take you to complete this work?
Oh, I had the idea of the color, I knew the size, and I just pour it. I never know what's going to really happen in all of these paintings. So I just let it go and just hope that it's something that I like. I mean, I do many paintings and I say, oh gee, I just don't like what I just created or what the paints created.
So Fred, artists are often doing interesting things,
Right.
and this is quite an interesting project.
Right.
Let's hold it up. What the heck is this?
Well, what I was trying to do, and let me explain.
In the context of the kitchen.
Here. My wife, Noreen, wanted a backsplash along here and going up here, along there. This is Yupo paper. It is the plastic paper that we talked about earlier.
You've got sticky on it already.
Yes, okay. And it became very heavy. This, is a heavy piece here. And if it goes up the wall here, I need something to really attach it to the wall. So this piece is done, this is coming.
So Fred, this is quite a different style from the abstract we just saw.
Right.
This is more of a still life.
This is watercolor, and that's what I first learned to paint. It's all of the spices that you see in the Caribbean, and that's what attracted me, the colors of it mostly.
And you have it near the dining room table, so that's perfect.
Yes, it's perfect for right beside the dining room.
Exactly.
Okay.
So still life here. Now let's take a few steps and look at a figurative painting.
Right. When we first moved to Florida, one of the things that we liked was going out to Corkscrew Swamp. And so these two paintings were in Corkscrew Swamp. So the birds, the trees, and all of that is what attracted me. It's watercolor. I'm trying to learn how to really shade in the animals so that they're not flat. So
I'm interested in what you just said. I'm trying to learn, because I want our viewers to know that you didn't begin painting until you retired.
Correct.
And you're one of many artists like that here at Shell Point.
When I retired, I wanted to do 4 things. I wanted to learn how to play golf. That was a disaster. Tennis, and I think I'm decent at that now. I wanted to move to Florida, and I wanted to paint. Okay, and so what I did is apprentice myself to a master painter, but who decided that if I were going to do it, I had to follow his rules. He said, I will take you, and as soon as you violate my rules, out you go. He gave me the 3 primary colors, and he said, you will learn how to mix every color in the rainbow.
That is a wonderful segue. Let's go into the bedroom now and take a look at the paintings in there. Lead the way.
All right.
Fred, here we are in front of this wonderful wall full of figures of boats. Tell us why this wall is so meaningful.
This represents my family. These 2 paintings here of my mother's. My mother was a professional painter, but did not paint until she retired.
So you followed in her footsteps in that regard.
Same thing, right. And these were main scenes, as is obvious. In our family, her uncle was a rather famous impressionist. This is Walter Lancel, the painter. He was studying in Venice at that point. This was one of his earliest works, which was in Maine. And the Lancels moved to Boston, and he was very popular in Boston.
Quite famous, quite a famous painter.
Quite a famous painter.
So here you are.
These 3 paintings are mine. This is an imitation of Singer Sargent in the Caribbean painting. This was when we went to China. I have my chop in there. This was in Vermont, and it is the canoe. So all what I was trying to collect here were all of the boats that are related to my family.
Well, it's not only a stunning display, but it's very meaningful in terms of your history.
Yes.
And I would like to end this art chat on the painting that is most meaningful to you. Let's go over to that right now.
Okay.
Fred, tell us why this is so meaningful to you.
Okay.
And what are we looking at first?
Okay. These are 2 bleeding hearts. It's from a photograph that a friend of mine took. And I said, oh, I want to do a painting like that. And so I started out painting this and not knowing what was going on.
And what was the date?
Okay, 9/11.
Okay.
All right. And so about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, she called me and said, have you been watching the news? And I said, no. And she said, the Twin Towers have just been hit. And this is what came of that. But it had started before the whole thing was going, before we even knew, or I knew, about the Twin Towers. To me, this is the painting that I most treasure.
Well, I think the best art is the art that has wonderful stories like that.
Yes.
And I want to thank you for sharing the stories of your art with us. This has been a lovely time visiting with you. So thank you for being on Art Chat with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
It's been our pleasure.
Right.
And thanks to all of you for joining us as well. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.